Okay guys, we got a garage full of two-stroke smoke. Alright folks, welcome back to another episode of Odyssey Life. I'm Bernie. This is the Odyssey Life Workshop and we are super stoked you stopped by today because today we're working on the FL350 guys. That's right, we received a 38mm Lectron Billetron Long Body Carburetor from Santa for Christmas because he said Odyssey Life was a good YouTube channel. So we're going to go ahead, take a break from the GT250, which if you're new to the channel, that's our 1981 Honda Odyssey FL350 giveaway machine. Guys, this thing's coming with everything. We just completed a foot tub restoration that turned out absolutely beautiful. And we're super excited because it's going to go well with the rest of the machine. I cannot wait for the few parts that are holding us up to show up, because once they do, it's on like Donkey Kong. You're going to see this machine go from the ground up in a very short period of time. And before you know it, we'll be picking a winner. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, get your free chance to win before it's too late. And why not? It's free. All right, folks, as I said, we're here to work on the FL350 today to install our Lectron Billetron 38mm long body carb. All right, folks, enough jibber jabber. We came here to get some work done, as I always say. Let's get her done. I'm so stupid. All right, folks, here we are. Off camera, I went ahead and removed our wing nuts, pulled our top off, and I got rid of our breather hose just so I could have them out of the way when I started the video. I wanted to start with the two 10mm bolts at the bottom of our air box. They're a pain in the butt to get to, so I use this super long extension on the impact to pull them out, but I do put them in by hand. I do not use the impact to put them in. So we're going to go ahead. Let's remove these two 10mm bolts. All right. We can leave those laying right in the box. And then we can take our Phillips head screwdriver that I've already got laid out and go underneath and get the big clamp at the bottom of our air box at the top of our air boot. All right, let's get the big clamp. Now that we've got our air box big clamp undone, we can go ahead and pull it off. I'm going to sit it over here on the workbench. All right, let me get you down inside there so you can see what's going on. All right, so we're just going to go ahead, remove the cap for the slide, because we're going to be removing the throttle cable from the slide of this carburetor so we can put it on. We're also going to need the adapter piece from the top of the cap, I believe. We're going to have to look at the Lectron, but I'm pretty sure I need that adapter. So we're going to sit that off to the side for a second. And then, so I'm going to go in there, go ahead, loosen up this flathead for our clamp on our intake, because we're going to want to slide this out so we can then get the clamp for our fuel line. We want to remove our fuel line so then we can bring the carburetor up, spill fuel everywhere, and then get 14mm wrench to remove the choke. All right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna sit our Keyhen carburetor off to the side. I'll see you at the bench. We'll take a look at our Lectron carburetor to see if our choke cable and if we need this piece for the top of the carburetor. All right, folks, I'll see you at the workbench. Here we are with our Lectron carburetor and our 39mm Keyhen carburetor. We're going to go ahead while we're here and we're going to remove our air boot go ahead and get that off, because we're going to be putting that on here. So there we go. So we're just going to go ahead and give our air boot a little wipe real quick. So before we go putting anything else on this carburetor, let's go ahead and address the choke. Although the FL350 choke goes into this carburetor, the choke nipple itself is a smaller diameter than what they have in here. And this feels like it isn't like yeah, it's just different. So for right now, let's go ahead and continue to run that. Next, we're going to go ahead, we're going to open this cap, take out these two screws right here, like so. All right, now let's keep a idea on how this goes in. So we're gonna lay that right like this and set the carburetor like this, so we know it comes in and out just like that. We're gonna have to take this cap over to the FL350 so we can screw it in. Before we take it over there, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take our boot. As I said, before we purchased this carburetor, we went ahead and got all the measurements with the micrometer and found out that the 39 millimeter is obviously 1 millimeter smaller, but the width, the height, and all the size of the orifices were almost identical. So it was just a easy swap. So we're going to swap our air boot real quick, put that on here, and then we'll go ahead, we'll put it on the intake when we get in there. All right, let's get the air boot on. I'll see you over at the FL350, but we're going to stick this in and see if it works. Alright guys, before we get started, we definitely have to feed our throttle cable down through the top of our cap. So we're going to go ahead and feed that in there. So we'll go ahead, we'll put our gasket on the right way. Oops, we'll drop our spring and not be able to find it. Alright, we'll put our spring on and we'll put our slide on. Actually, we have to compress the spring. There we go. Oops. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't do it over here. So yeah, you want to compress the spring. It's just like any other carb when you put the slide in. Go ahead, put your cable in, drop your spring in there, and we're good to go. So we can go ahead, we can bring the Lectron carburetor over here. Let me stick this off to the side. We don't want to bend that metering rod. That's how we adjust all the fuel and everything else. So let's go ahead, let's bring that carb over and get that installed and see if we can get this bad girl to fire up. All right, here we go. Let's install our slide real quick. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna drop our slide in. We're gonna use our 2 little easy outs. Speaking of Coley Cole, what do you think Tina Turner's up to these days? Do you still think she don't understand what love has to do with it? Oh, I don't know, guys. That's so funny. So I've got the cap on the top of the carburetor. I've got the slide in. So let's go ahead, hook the fuel line up first. Now that we've got it where it needs to be. All right, let's get all of our vent lines down. Let's get our intake where it needs to be. Let's slam her home. Now, let me get you over here. She's in there. She looks good. Let's go up front, see how our throttle is. It sounds good. That means our throttle works the way it's supposed to. You can hear snapping closed. So let's go ahead, we'll get our air box back on, and then we'll see if this, alleged kick-ass carb is as good as it is. Maybe we'll do a full send down the alley. We don't know. All right, let's get the air box on and find out. All right, guys, we got everything ready. We got a camera. We got a camera rolling on the exhaust pipe. We got coal roaming around. Let's see if we get this bad boy to fire off, guys. I am so excited. My heart's pounding. All right, let's hit the start button and see what happens. We got the choke on the Lectron carburetor, so if we hear it pop, we'll turn it off. Okay. Actually, let's blow on the fuel tank real quick. We'll blow some fuel into that carburetor. This is a trick that Joe told me about. He would get customers call him on the phone after installing a new filter or whatever, say they can't get their fuel system to prime, and he's just like, use an air wand, which we could do that, or you can use your mouth, and I'm going to use my mouth. So, okay, let's blow on the tank. All right. We should have got a healthy amount of fuel into that carburetor. Hopefully we filled the bowl. Well, we got a healthy amount of fuel in that carburetor. Hopefully we filled the bowl. Let's find out. Let's turn the key. Hopefully she barks off. Let's do this. Whoa. She was a little flooded. Let's start her up again. Okay, let me turn the choke off. All right, choke's off. All right. Looks like we have to adjust our idle screw, guys, but it started and it looks like it's running way too rich. So, yeah. Ooh, I smell that Klotz bean oil. Smells so good, guys. How'd that look back there for the exhaust? That was a smoke show, wasn't it? All right, guys, we're super excited. Let's get this, yeah, I don't even know what to say. All right, I'll see you in a second. All right, folks. What'd you think of that 38 millimeter Lectron long body carburetor we installed on the FL350? I didn't expect it to fire up that fast, and I definitely didn't expect it to run so rich right out of the box. Next FL350 video, we will be uninstalling that carb, turning back the metering rod, adjusting our throttle, and then reinstalling it. And hopefully, with the ease of tuning that this thing's supposed to have, we get her dialed in quick so we're able to get them FL350 rip and ride screaming starts that I want. Hopefully pop the front tires off the ground and do some hellacious donuts, guys. I am itching to do donuts. Don't forget about the GT250 Honda Odyssey FL350 giveaway machine, guys. Subscribe for your free chance to win. you know, the GT250. And why not? It's free, guys. All this cool stuff included with the GT250 and everything we have to slap on her comes from our proud sponsor, Joe from Odd ATV. He is the premier place for FL250 and 350 parts, so head on over to Odd ATV and get something to keep your machine running. So don't forget to head over to the Odyssey Life Facebook page. Hit that join button, become part of the family, guys. We'd like to see you there. So, all right, that's our video, guys. We're super excited you stopped by. And as I always say, if you're riding this weekend, stay safe, wear a helmet, and don't forget, it ain't work if you're having fun, guys. And it definitely ain't work when you're installing a Lectron Billetron long body carburetor on your FL350. Come on, Cole, it's time to go home. Hurry up. He's ready to go. FL350 firing up was a little too much for our little buddy. All right, you ready to go, buddy? You ready to go? All right, he says he's ready to go. Talk to you next week, guys. Let's go, Cole.